we just kept seeing the same old basal programs that we've always seen. It really was not a good thing. We're scrambling for things. These are the skills we're doing, but this basal reader is horrible. And what are we going to use? And pulling from here, pulling from there.
It's the same old thing, stamped with science of reading, and we called them out time and time again and said, this isn't what we're looking for. Well, here's this supplement. Well, if it was there from the beginning, why do we need the supplement now? And what it does is it allow them to go back and do what they've always done, just with something that now says science of reading, but it's not. We got to do something different for kids. We didn't really know this thing called science of reading. We knew that we wanted something different.
So I piloted for a very short period of time, for like a month and a half. And even in that very little bit of time, it was such an eye opener of like, oh my gosh, this is so different and so good.
And like, I just like hear my kindergarten teachers in this building that weren't using CKLA, like complaining about some of the things like, oh, we're doing this. And then they're hearing what this teacher's doing. Like, can I switch my pilot, or can I do what they're like? That sounds like I want to do that.
That maybe what we were taught to do, what we believed was right, through those practices of balanced literacy, and maybe it wasn't right. It was well intended on our part. And that's a hard message to hear, which makes this work bold and courageous.
I had one little boy who cried every single day because he was struggling. And when we did the knowledge, he was my shining star, and that was the best part of his day. He had a smile on his face. His hand was up.
4 years later, we're still seeing things that are blowing us away, that kids are doing that we previously said, kids aren't ready, it's not appropriate, they can't do it, they can do every bit of it and more.
It's a completely different mind shift. I mean, that was something that we had to work with a lot, with not only teachers, but with our parents as well. You just have to tell people to trust the process, because it does work, it will work.